The fact that you're even watching this video already tells me that you're in the right path. You're not just going around life without thinking about what you're doing. You have an agenda in your mind. There is something you want to accomplish. And you know this video is not here by accident. Because there's a million videos that get uploaded every single day on this platform. There really is. You can search the numbers. There is a really big amount of videos that get uploaded here, and out of all those videos that exist, this one was the specific one that you came across with. If that's not an indicator for you, then I don't know what is. You know what? God knows that you needed this video today, because I know that you're working very hard. God knows that you're working very hard, and that you deserve a little bit of a moment to reflect. In fact, not only do you deserve it, you should have this moment to reflect on why are you doing what you are doing. And I think the basis of what you're doing is helping those around you to have some wealth, whether that's mental wealth, health wealth, whether it's monetary wealth, it doesn't matter. Whatever type of wealth or abundance that you want to give to your people, that is a very noble cause. Whether it's your partner, your son, your daughter, your sister, your brother, your mother, your father, whoever you're working for. You're not working for your boss. No, you're working for you and for the people around you. God wants you to have this moment of reflection and this moment of being like, you know what, I'm going to relax. Maybe you will have some food while you're watching this video. I really like to watch YouTube videos when I'm eating. That's really comfortable. So however you discovered this video, I think it was meant for you, and I think you will enjoy it. So I know that you will take the best of what I am saying. I am no Christian expert. I just started knowing about religion and about Christianity, Catholicism, but I still want to share my ideas. I think I have a message to tell you. It's a really positive one, because I know that you have a plan, and you know, sometimes not everything goes the way that we plan. You know, there will be times where you're like, this has to happen this way, and it just happens in a completely different form, and that can be discouraging. That can definitely bring you down a little bit, bring down your spirit. And I know that you already know that this is just momentary, but sometimes you need somebody that is telling you, hey, it's momentary, you know? Because that's the thing. If you have a relationship with God, you already know all these that I am saying. You already know that sometimes it will be difficult, sometimes it will not. But you know, going through that journey alone, especially because sometimes you don't want to bother the people around you and you don't want to tell them. Although I am pretty sure you would absolutely not bother them. You could absolutely speak about it with them. Sometimes you just need a random person from the internet to tell you, you know what? You're doing amazing. And when I was about to make this video, I was like, well, there's 1,000 ideas that I could share with you guys. But the one that I found really important is that sometimes you have to remember what are you doing this for? Or who are you doing this for? Is it only for you? Is it for your community? Is it for the people around you? What are you doing this for, okay? I don't know, I just feel that it's very motivating when you're in a bad place or something is not going the way you want it to. Then you can focus on the goal. Because yes, the journey might be a little bit rocky. It might not be the greatest journey ever, or that's what you feel like while doing the journey. Of course, later down the line you will learn that this journey was necessary and it was important for you to go through. But you have to understand very deeply, what are you doing this for? You probably already know. You have one person in your mind. Maybe several people come to your mind when you're thinking about the end goal of your journey. You want to give peace to somebody, right? You want to have good times with your people. And you know what? I think that is a very noble cause. I think God will provide with everything you need in order to accomplish it, because it is a noble cause. And not only is it a noble cause, but also you're working very hard for it. There might be days that you don't work as hard. Maybe you feel kind of bad, and you know what? That's fine. But to be consistent with it is a really important part of it. I think it would be silly to ignore human emotion, because yes, sometimes you might not feel as great, and maybe you don't perform in your job or in your work that you're doing as well as other days. And you know what? That's perfectly fine. A lot of people will be like, No, but you gotta perform even if you feel bad. And although that's correct, you gotta do it still. I think it was a very purposeful decision that we're in this human world. We're in this human skin and body, and that we get to feel things. God wanted us to have human feelings. So clearly, this is not a matter of ignoring what we feel. We gotta address it in some way. And if the addressing of the way that we're feeling is maybe not performing the best of all time on the work we're doing, then so be it. And even in those moments where you're not feeling so good, you have to remember that you're doing this for your family or for a person in a specific. Now I want to read to you some phrases from the Bible, and I think these are very powerful phrases. Galatians 6:2. Carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. Now the personal way in which I interpret this phrase is that sometimes people around us will not feel great, sometimes it might even be us, but even if we're not feeling great, we still have to try and help the person next to us. I think a lot of you will agree with me that sometimes even helping other person than ourselves is even easier and it feels more rewarding, right? It's very clear to me that humans were made to help each other. Because first of all, evolutionary, that helped us a lot to survive, right? And the fact that sometimes you are very tired but somebody from your community asks for help and you go and help that, tell me that is not one of the greatest feelings a human being can experience. For me, it absolutely is. Sometimes I am very tired. I especially remember back when I was in school, I was like, okay, I'm very tired. I really cannot even do this homework. I'll just sleep and then I'll do it tomorrow in the morning, which is a fine thing to do, right? And then very late in the night, there was a friend that called me and was like, hey, please help me with, I gotta edit a video for YouTube or something. And I was like, absolutely. For a moment, the adrenaline hits in your body and you're like, I am no longer sleepy. I have all this infinite energy that is being given to me, I don't know, by the universe. And now I can go and help this person. There is just a different feeling and a different intensity to that feeling when you're about to help somebody. So that's my interpretation of Galatians 6:2. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and we'll go for a second one that I think will be very powerful to you. And let's go. Therefore, encourage one another and build each other up, and just as in fact you are doing. There is absolutely no point on living alone. There is just not. I think the beautiful thing about life is sharing the things that you have, whether it's ideas, whether it's material things, with the people around you. And you can decide who the people around you are. It's not necessarily just your family, it can be your friends, whatever it is. But a major factor in human experience is sharing with other humans. And so I don't know, I just find this phrase really, really compelling because it talks about building each other up. So it's not only about building myself up so I can be great. No, it's about helping a community, creating a community, and having this sense of, okay, if I'm going to do good in life, then I have to make sure that everybody else around me does good in life. And that kind of reminds you of what you are doing, right? It's not just for you. Whatever you're working on, I'm sure it's great, but also it's not just for you. Even if you think it is, I think very deep in your heart, you know that it's not just for you. It's for all the people around you to live an abundant life. Abundant of love, of money, of health, of whatever it is. It doesn't matter. Something really interesting about life is how these people that are important to you change over time. Because yeah, when you're a child, maybe your brother, your sister, your father, your mother are the most important ones. You grow up, you get married, and then that person becomes really important too. Also your son, your daughter, whatever it is that it is motivating you, I think you gotta cherish those people. And even if you're not where you want to be yet, you should go with that person and always letting that person know that you feel very loved by that person. 2 years ago I was reading something and it was very powerful and life-changing actually. So you should do this too. Listen to me. I was reading something and it said, don't just tell people that you love them. That is very powerful, that is very good, that feels beautiful when somebody tells you that that person loves you. That's very good. But something that is even more powerful is telling to each and every single one of the people that you love, going with them and telling them, hey, I feel very loved by you. Imagine this is your last day. Tomorrow there will be a car and it will crash onto you, and then you will not be alive anymore. What is that person going to take with it other than, yes, this person used to love me. This person told me that it feels very loved by me. So I did a good job while this person was alive. So I think that's really important. So you should definitely add this to your routine, whether it's your mom, your father, your brother, your sister. You should tell them, hey, I feel very loved by you. And I know it's a little bit weird because the first time that I did it, it felt a little bit weird. It's not something you regularly do. You just come to with a person and tell them, hey, I feel very loved by you. So at first it will feel a little bit silly, but then you will understand that it doesn't matter that it feels a little bit weird in the moment, that the important thing is that that person knows it, you know? That's the building block of the respect that you guys will have for each other. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments if you agree with my ideas. Maybe you have something to add to the conversation, in which case I would absolutely love if you do it in the comments. Maybe this video does not resonate with you, but it was shown to you because God knows that you can share it with somebody that actually needs this. So if you know somebody that is struggling about why they are doing what they're doing, show them this video. It is so easy to share the video and it might help somebody to discover something about themselves. So yeah, thank you and goodbye. We'll see you in the next video.